Hey guys, this is a quick review for your final. There will be 20 questions, and most of what you will see will be the topics here. So what I'm going to do is tell you how to go through it, maybe give you some strategies. Remember, it is not multiple choice, and you will need to show your work for full credit. The first topic we will do is domain and range. If you go into Canvas under modules, it's unit 3. There are various videos that you can see there. So remember, domain is X and range is Y, and that means the numbers on X and Y. So one strategy that I found was most useful for most students throughout the year was, if you see how this little box here kind of is like a frame. Okay, sorry. What if I closed it in on the edges? And a frame has to be like, you know, a box or a square or whatever you want to call it, but I know that's not perfect. And then something I didn't do that may be helpful is I'm just going to shade it in. Because honestly, I don't care about anything on the inside. I just care about where it is on the Y and where it is on the X. Now, this is asking for range, and when I look on the Y-axis, I see that it was at the 1. And when I look down on the bottom of my frame, even though I shaded it in, I noticed that there were arrows down there. So yes, I drew a box here, but really, that box is really, I guess, a dotted line because it keeps going down. That means that the range is from 1 to infinity. You can either say Y is in between negative infinity, because that's the smaller number, and 1, that's the top. Or you can just say Y is less than 1, all the numbers under 1. And because there's no open circle, I would draw the line. Remember, the only time you would just do a regular symbol is when we have open circles or we have an infinity. Oh, no. Oh, an asymptote. I was like, what am I doing? Okay. So that dotted line. All right. Okay. Another way that but now if this was domain, even though the frame is here, on the left side there was an arrow and on the right side there was an arrow. So this frame is going to keep getting bigger as the graph goes down. So this is not where it would cross. It would just be the fact that on the left there's an arrow, on the right there's an arrow. So it'd be infinity. All real numbers. Okay. Down here on number 3 is another domain and range question. And this one, though, is giving me a list of numbers and asking for the range. So if it's giving me a list of numbers, I should give a list of numbers. How do I do that? Well, remember, domain is all the values of X and all the range is all the values of Y. So if they're giving me values of X and an equation, I can just plug that bad boy in. So f of X equals -5 squared plus 3. So everywhere there was an X, I put in the -5. Then -5 squared is positive 25 plus 3 is 28. So the first number in my range is 28. Then I plug in the next one, -4 squared plus 3. 16 plus 3 equals 19. So the next number would be 19. Then I plug in the -3. -3 squared plus 3 is 9 plus 3, not 6, 9, which is 12. So I plug in that 12. All right, then I plug in the next one, because however many numbers they give, that's how many I have to check. -2 squared plus 3 is 4 plus 3, which gives me 7. And last but not least, -1 squared plus 3 is 1 plus 3, which equals 4. And this would be the range.